My grandfather died recently, so I took my 2 weeks of bereavement. Work provides when this happens. I got back last week. I meet with Charis for a few minutes every few days or so to give her my work because her work is contingent off of mine. Putting it mildly, Charis is a huge bitch. She's friends with 2 or 3 other people and they are absurdly cruel to everyone else. The first thing she told me was, you know, the 2 weeks you were gone were some of the most peaceful this office has seen. Have you considered joining your grandfather? I think that would be a great idea for you. She also suggested that the only reason he died was because he couldn't handle having a gay grandson and would rather die than have a ref*G in his life. Can't say I blame him. I report her to my boss, who gave her a tongue lashing, which she didn't take seriously because my boss doesn't have the power to fire people. The one good thing I'll say about corporate's hands-off policy is that it truly is universal. There has never been any harassment claim from anyone taken seriously. Corporate just brushes it off and says this isn't our responsibility and you're all adults. So what do I do here? What options do I have? How do I deal with her? Corporate doesn't make the law. You can't grab a woman's ** at work and then shrug, hey, that's just how we do things here. We're all adults. If you are in the US, what she is doing constitutes a hostile work environment. Google EOC. The company can be held liable for inaction in a civil suit. And even sweeter than that, individuals can be held liable personally too. So document as much as you can. Get a lawyer. And get paid, bro. Piggybacking on this, file an EOC complaint. You don't necessarily have to hire a lawyer. The EOC will investigate. If they find anything, you can be compensated. My cousin filed a complaint and won. She received a decent amount of compensation. No attorney was involved. She did make it clear what she wanted though. Obviously an attorney will get you more. Info. Are you in the US? Harassment for your sexuality is illegal in the US and you can sue the company. What you do is document everything. Dates, times, language, and any witnesses present. You send an email to your boss asking that this stops. If they respond verbally, you send an email, I want to capture our conversation from earlier, and then summarize the conversation. When it happens again, you send another email to your boss and they begin CCing additional people on their boss. Ours, whoever has the power, to make it stop or fire her. If it doesn't stop, take all your documentation to a lawyer, or in the US you can also contact EOC and file a complaint. Don't forget to always email these threads to your personal email so if you suddenly get fired you don't lose all of your evidence. Have you reported to ours yet? Discrimination against gay people is explicitly illegal in many places. Yes, corporate doesn't do anything when it comes to this kind of stuff. They stay out of any and all interpersonal conflict in the office and leave everyone to fend for themselves in that regard. Record her saying some of these nasty things, then anonymously post about it on social media and tie it to your company, accusing them of homophobia and cruelty. Corporate will get interested really quick. Again, anonymously. Also, the job of ours is to protect the company from lawsuits. Might want to talk with an employment lawyer. Document everything and lawyer up. Send emails to ours and possibly get your coworker to mention these things while you record it. Keep in mind that laws regarding recording vary from place to place. For example, if you live in a one-party consent, you can secretly record the conversation, but in a two-party consent setup both parties need to be informed and agree to be recorded. Time to start recording your conversations to use as evidence of harassment. Take 2 hours, and if they refuse, go to citizens advice. However, if in a union, talk to your rep who will formally take it up with management, or you could even use the union solicitor. That's where some of your union dues go. I remember my mom was being bullied at work years ago. She spoke to a solicitor friend of hers asking for advice. She loved her job and didn't want to leave or have the hassle of involving our/management. The solicitor recommended keeping a small notebook and very clearly, in plain sight, making a note of everything the bully said to her in her presence. Mom only had to write in the notebook a couple of times when the bully asked what she was doing. My mom just smiled and went about her business. The bullying stopped immediately. I don't know your situation enough to know if that would work, but I always find that when bullies think their actions are being monitored and recorded, they rethink their position. I hope this helps. Start recording your interactions and or call her a fat and happy bag of cunt. Go see a labor lawyer as you're a protected class and being discriminated against. Let them contact ours. They will **** themselves. Post this to r/legalavis with your location, as well as something like r/workreform or r/into-work, so you can get some actionable advice. This ain't a relationship problem. This is a workplace harassment situation that should have legal consequences for the harasser and the corporation. Yep, this is the answer right here. What she said was absolutely not okay, and corporate doesn't get the luxury of taking a hands-off approach when some does something illegal. Cup her face in your hands and say who hurt you, but also record and post like that other person said. See an employment lawyer. You'll be able to sue them for constructive dismissal for making you work with someone who is bullying you and breaking equalities law. Threat your company to expose them on social media if they care about their image. Document everything you can. Her harassment, meeting with your boss/HR, them not doing anything, and consult a lawyer. Something tells me they'll take a very keen interest when they're threatened with a massive discrimination/harassment lawsuit. You shout talk to r/legal. This is a powder keg of a harassment lawsuit. Grow a pair and stand up for yourself and tell that B*** to step off and go F** herself. Oh, I'm so sorry. My heart breaks for you. So sorry for your loss and hope things get sorted for you. Get as much documentation as you can of both her recordings, emails, texts, and of them saying sucks to be you. If I were you, I'd email them and again complain to document them responding saying nothing we can do. That's a good start. Not legal advice BTW, but just things I can think would be good to have when you go to a lawyer, which you should also do. Do not clap back at her. Record every interaction with her and get witness statements and lawyer up. If she can do this without any impact, you can do it too, and don't just go one step. Go fully nuclear, no holds barred. Depends on how far you want to take it, but you are describing a hostile work environment. You can file a complaint with the Department of Human Rights in your state. That will get the ball rolling on an investigation. If you live in the US and your employer has more than 15 employees, file a complaint with the US EOC or your state's version of the EOC. Yep, record and document, and take it to a lawyer. You could get a nice settlement. If you don't want the job, let SM rip the bish and the company to shreds. Just make sure SM knows that corporate has a hands-off policy. I guarantee you, they won't for long. Good luck and update us. You could be in for a big payout if you could prove they did nothing. Get it on video. If your state is a one-party consent state, go from there in levels of escalation. You are resisting legal action on the theory that gjrodfrs bigotry is an act intended to get under your skin. I'm not qualified to practice law, but I'm skeptical that this will stand as a legal defense. If it did, every real bigot would get off scot-free by making the same claim. Collect as much evidence as you can. Leave a paper trail. Communicate via email with your bosses and ours. And lawyer up, because she's creating a hostile working environment as well as harassing you for your sexual preferences. Be brave. F*** corporate smack dat old B****. Twist the company arm. Record them and post it online with the corporation tagged. Ours is not there to help you. Ours is there as a risk mitigator against lawsuits. They are not your friend. Lawyer up. Then, if possible, stop any and all in-person communication with her. Do everything via email only. You aren't being paid enough to put up with her verbal abuse. Maybe an employment attorney for harassments, and continue to report to management, and obtain proof that nobody doing anything. Also, if you continue to report, and you get fired, or some kind of punishment, then you can possibly sue the employer. I've only worked for a law firm for a while now, but try looking for an attorney consult to see if you can do anything about it legally, cause that is just super wrong. I'd want to quit my job over some comments like that. I'm sorry you have to put up with it. Sorry about your loss. I'm sure it was difficult for you. I'm also sorry you have to deal with a hateful person. I hope you don't believe any of the negativity. On to the problem at hand. You use the term corporate. That is significant in that it means your company is large enough to have an actual hour team and legal representation. You are making assumptions about corporate not caring. Escalate your complaint directly to your hours representative and see what happens. Keep documentation of this process. Again, notify your direct manager about the problem and do so via email, not verbally. Copy your hours representative on the email. Don't threaten legal action. Find a local lawyer that specializes in discrimination. When you call, ask for confirmation that your initial consultation is free. They usually are. Then go from there. You likely won't need a lawyer. Contacting your hours representative should resolve your issue. Send an email to hours and copy your boss and yourself so the issue is documented. Consult with an employment attorney. Wow. I worked with lot of fucked up people over the years, but she is one ignorant asshole.